Hey, what is up, you absolute beautiful people? So just before this video starts, just 1 second, okay, don't click away because I'm going to be revealing the actual list that was revealed by Luna for the upcoming 9th of September congressional hearing on UAPs, okay? What I've noticed is a lot of you are watching but are not subscribed. You probably do not realize how much it would help out when you do subscribe. If we can get that ratio just a little bit better, like that would be so sick and so appreciated, as well as the like. They're both absolutely free and it helps out more than you know. And there you go. I hope you didn't skip through it or did not just fucking go away, but you've waited long enough. I'm going to be revealing the names in 3, 2, 1. So this is the actual official list as given to us by the wonderful representative Luna, okay? And yeah, this shit is super legit. It's happening in a few fucking days, guys. It's like 4 days when I'm like making this video and creating this audio file, right? But goddamn, look at that. We got George Knapp that's gonna be in this hearing. I don't know any of the other people. Let's go through them. The witnesses are Jeffrey Nucatelli, US Air Force veteran. That's really good. Maybe he says some interesting things, right? We got Chief Alexandra Wiggins, UAP witness. Do not know this person either. It's an actual first-hand witness though, notice that. We got George Knapp, UAP journalist, one of the OGs, one of the absolute goats of ufology. You know, he's been through it all, and I just really hope we get some sort of disclosure before this man, you know. What happens to a man after he gets old? So let's hope we cure aging, AI advances enough, we all get saved, we see aliens, it's just happily ever after, right? But then we got Dylan Borland, which is a UAP witness firsthand, damn, and a US Air Force veteran, guys. This is absolutely crazy. I cannot wait for this hearing. Make sure you subscribe, notifications on. We're going to be making videos about this. We're going to be covering every aspect and just checking out the madness that we are currently living in. We got 2026, 2027 coming up. So many predictions, so many UFO disclosure promises, you know. Remote viewers, it's just crazy shit that we're going to be talking about, so make sure you're here to enjoy it with me. We're going to be live streaming the actual congressional hearing, so that's going to be really exciting.
About 8:45 in the morning, the dispatcher gets a call from range control, a technical sergeant from range control, and he says, I'm reporting an event that occurred at LF-21 and LF-10, two different sites in the same location. And what he said was the contractors working on site called range control, and they said there was a gigantic floating red square over LF-21 at low altitude. And they were just standing there watching this thing.
Red square. So
red square.
One thing that people have asked me after I spoke about this case at the hearing was, what does that mean, a red square, right? Was this a cube? Did it not look like it had depth, and so it's described as a square? I said square in the hearing because that's how it was described to me, just as you described it. And I'm curious if you have any additional details that you could add. Was it a three-dimensional object? Did it just appear to be a square, and it just couldn't be? You couldn't tell.
So here's the issue. I had the original statement from the contractors. There were 3 contractors that worked for Boeing that saw this object, and they wrote sworn written statements. I've lost those. I lost them in 2012. I have some other statements, but those are indirect witness statements from it. But from my recollection of reading the documents, to the best of my recollection, it was a somewhat flattened square plane, and basically just a big square object, the size of a football field, silently floating over the launch pad. Wow. Red in color, glowing this red color. So as far as I know, it wasn't a cube. It was like a flattened square.
Got it.
It's just a tiny little bit disappointing that Michael Brown won't be contributing in this meeting. But we got George Knapp, we got this fella that looks like he's about to spew some sick shit. Hopefully some new details and, information that we can use to discover more and more. Use the FOIA to our advantage, in every single way we can. Let's go on Twitter, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Let's have a conversation about this. Get some hashtags, ask some questions. Am I right?
From our 8 News Now investigators, dramatic UFO footage recorded aboard a U.S. warship off the coast of Southern California is making waves. As we first reported last week, Navy sailors recorded video of 2 tic-tac-shaped objects near their ship. Well, now an eyewitness to that encounter has stepped forward and coincidentally...
And so the person related to this specific case that was in the news is supposedly Chief Alexandro Wiggins, and he's a UAP witness. So it's going to be exciting to hear what additional things he has to say. And remember, guys, all this will be under oath. If they lie, they can get some real bullshit, right? They can be locked up.
He's from Las Vegas.
8 News Now investigator George Knapp spoke with the witness about his encounter with a whiz-bang craft that emerged from the ocean.
This is the famed Tic Tac object that was pursued by the Navy's best aviators off the coast of Southern California back in 2004. And this is the thermal image of 2 strikingly similar objects documented by the crew of the USS Jackson in February 2023 in the very same waters. The original Tic Tac proved to be one of the most consequential UFO incidents of all time, first investigated by a secret program based in Las Vegas, managed by the DIA. The incident generated a huge wave of media coverage and inspired Congress to launch new investigations into UFOs, now called UAPs.
I feel obligated to show moral leadership on this issue of UAP disclosure by validating...
Just a fun little fact I'd like to mention, okay? Me and Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, PhD US Navy, okay? This guy, me and him are connections on LinkedIn, so I just want to be making that real clear.
The credibility of the courageous men and women who have come out as witnesses and whistleblowers to expose the truth.
In the most recent congressional hearing into the UAP mystery, retired Rear Admiral Dr. Tim Gallaudet encouraged witnesses to step forward, and now one of them has.
I am Operations Specialist Senior Chief Alexandro Wiggins. Been in the Navy for 23 years and counting.
When Alexandro Wiggins heard that a video from the USS Jackson's encounter with unknown objects was circulating, he reached out to the former admiral and was then put in touch with filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, who first released the new Tic Tac video on the podcast Weaponized. Wiggins not only shared details about the encounter, but also his personal connection to Las Vegas. He grew up here, as shown in this photo with his brother in the family's backyard.
I've watched you when your hair was as dark as mine.
In February 2023, Wiggins was a senior chief and radar specialist on the Jackson, and air traffic controller for the Navy. His main job was to identify what might be in the air near the ship. He and others in the Jackson's Combat Information Center saw curious objects on their screens. Wiggins wanted to get eyes on whatever it was and went out to take a look.
And to my surprise, which is something I've never witnessed, was a light I noticed on the horizon, but it looked as if it were surfacing out of the water.
He says he jammed back to the combat center and took a closer look on the Sapphire system, which is a thermal sensor, not a camera. The sensor detected not just one, but 2 tic-tac-shaped objects. Neither showed any hint of an exhaust system or any known propulsion system.
We only saw the one, and then we see the second one. It was only when we zoom out we realize, holy crap, there's 2 more out here, a total of 4. And all of a sudden, you just see all 4 of them take off to the northeast all at the same time, just out of nowhere. And if I had to talk speed, it would say like maybe 2 steps behind instantaneous.
And I mean, for these supposed beings, aliens, ETs, NHI, right? 2 steps behind instantaneous is probably not even their sport gear, so that it can go much faster than that if they are able to get here, because the universe is expanding and everything is constantly getting further away from us. So that it's a whole scenario. I bet they can go way faster than that. they could show the fuck off, but then we wouldn't even see it. We would just be like a dot. We would think our eye is glitching out, and it would have already been past us. Like, it's crazy shit. In conclusion today, thank you for watching thus far. It is much appreciated. We need the watch time, we need to get the CTR times up so the videos can become more recommendable. We're trying to grow this shit as big as it can be. The Patreon is in the comments, it's in the description. Even $1 a month is like the amount it would help in supporting this channel, which is anti-censorship, would be astounding, and I'd appreciate the absolute fuck out of you, okay? So for real though, if you can spare $1, please go ahead and do that. Another thing, who even is this iDubbbz looking motherfucker?
Fucking degenerate.
If you feel alone, baby, just play this song. Juicy guitar from my main bitch. Pussy so good, when she's gone I can taste it. They say fake it till you make it. That explains it, you niggas on fake shit.